Yeah, yeah.
Guys, we're recording now. There you go. Alright guys, so what can you say about the two bikes, the CBR 250R and the Ninja 300? Let's start with the street riding. Go on.
First. The 300 is, I like it quite a bit. I like them both, and for tight stuff, they're both excellent. The 300 though, it's a little smoother because it's a parallel twin, and I like that the, there's less vibration, although there's not too much on the counterweighted 250, but it's a little bit more noticeable through the pegs. But they're both amazing bikes. Let me just tell you, they're both very nimble. They turn on a dime. There's not much punishment for mistakes because they're so light. There's so little rotating mass. And they both have enough torque and grunt to get you where you want to go. So I like them both a lot. 300 for me though.
More power, huh?
How about you, Barry? On the street?
On the street,
For the streets.
more power on the Kawasaki 300, and on the 250, it's kind of short on the power, man. They need to put more torque here, but less power on the
Less power compared to the 300.
compared to the 300.
How
Of
about
course,
you?
it's 300.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Darby? Which one is your pick?
For the road, I'll pick the 300.
Why is that?
Reason being, my left hand got numb because of the vibration. It's just too much vibration.
Vibration on where?
On the steering wheel. On the
Which bike?
On the 250.
On the 250?
Yes. It's just too much vibration for me. As soon as it reaches 5,000 RPM, it just vibrates like hell. And then as soon as you open up the throttle to 7,000, it's even more vibration. So for me, they're both nimble. They're both good enough power for city rides and stuff like that, yes. For canyons, it's good too, for starters.
Barry, did you feel the vibration on the
On
250R?
the 250, on the third and fourth gear.
Third and fourth gear?
Yeah, you can feel the vibration.
What RPM?
That I didn't notice.
You didn't notice it?
The RPM, yeah.
Yeah.
What I like about 250 though is if you play around with the gas, there's enough torque to give you a kick. But if you open up the throttle, nothing. It's just no power. But then if you play around with it, it's just enough kick to just play around with it. That's it. That's all I like about 250.
Yeah.
It has more torque. You can feel the torque.
It runs out of breath kind of quickly because I felt like there was a lot of noise and there wasn't a lot of go in the 250. The 300, that thing, that'll propel you. I mean, that's a bike that you can ride as a beginner and actually keep your entire life and really never get bored of it, assuming you're on the right kind of road. Mark, as you were saying earlier, ACH is very flowing and rhythmic, and for that, a big bike is awesome. But for almost everything else, including lane splitting, these little bikes are amazing.
They're nimble.
Very.
Space Pod, did you notice the vibration on the CBR 250R?
At higher RPMs, yeah, a little bit, because that single is definitely designed to be torquey, and it is torquey, but you tend to want to rev these little things because they're so small, and you want to get the power, but it just felt like it wasn't doing enough, and it did feel a little vibey compared to that 300, which is a lot smoother.
All right, so let's talk about canyon riding. What can you say, guys, about the bikes?
250 for me is more nimble than the 300. It's more easier.
Easier.
It's easier to maneuver it.
You get punished less if you make a mistake on one of these.
Yeah, it's very, very light. You could
It's like you're
one
driving
swing,
like a
one swing
toy
of your arm, you could
motorcycle.
feel the bike goes lean towards the way you wanted it.
It's like telepathic.
Yeah.
And on downhills, because there's so much less weight, and there's less weight on the tires, and there's less rotating mass, even though I suck at downhills, these are really good for technical stuff. So there's bikes that, there's roads that are so technical that you wouldn't want to take a big bike on them, but these would be perfect.
How about you, Barry? On the canyons?
Canyons, yes, same comment. It's really light.
So wait a minute here. So you are picking the 250R on the canyons over the Ninja 300? Is that what it is?
On tight turns, yes, I would.
How about you, Barry?
Same.
How
I think
about
on
you?
really tight stuff, the CBR, of course.
Yeah.
But what I would like is a switch that says, okay, 300, now I'm on a CBR, now I'm on a Gixxer 1000. But if you're gonna be in really tight stuff, let's say you live near some technical tight stuff, the CBR is awesome. You can't beat it.
Considering it's 250 cc, it's really, really good. It has enough torque to actually, you know, go uphill and everything. You're not gonna stuck in the middle or less power, no power at all in the middle. No, it's just enough for you to go by.
All right, so let's talk about canyon riding. Twisty turns, twisty roads, no long stretch. Do you think the CBR 250R can keep up with the 300? No long straight roads. Everything is twisty.
Easy.
Yeah, if you're talking about the canyons, yeah, it could keep up on
The 300.
At that point, it's all up to the rider. If the rider's better, he's gonna smoke you on the CBR. If it's the same skill level rider, you know, the CBR could probably keep up if it's really technical. The other thing to note is when you're going downhill, neither of these bikes has too much engine braking, and I really like that. When you let off the gas, it's not slowing you down.
It's not slowing you down, yeah.
And that slipper clutch is beautiful, isn't it? I didn't have to use it, but it's there if you need it.
All right. How about freeway riding?
What?
City riding,
No, I mean freeway.
I picked
On the highway, on the
300.
super highway.
I picked 300 because it's more stable for me.
Yeah.
The 250 earlier, it's when I'm riding it, it's kind of like when wind blows you, you could feel the whole bike shakes. With the 300, not really. It's more stable.
Do you agree, Barry?
Yeah.
For the freeway, I would take the 300 because it feels like it's got good wind protection. It almost feels like a bigger bike on the freeway.
Yeah.
And it's just that twin is very smooth, and a single on the freeway just seems silly to me. Feels like a supermoto.
All right. So bottom line is, what is your pick? The 300 or the CBR 250R? Overall, what is your pick?
300. 300.
How about you,
I'll
man?
pick 300 too.
How about you, man?
Undecided yet.
Oh, come on, man. You need to make up your mind now. The
Gixxer
CBR
1000.
or the 300?
For me, more power on the Kawasaki, but the handling, I like the handling.
Much
on
better
the-
handling
Yeah.
on
So-
The
250.
250.
So bottom line is you pick the CBR 250R over the 300. Am I right?
For the handling. Yeah.
Because of the handling.
Yeah, it's very light.
All right, so 300, 300, 250R. All right.
Does the CBR have a slipper clutch?
No, just wet clutch.
Another reason to go for the 300.
Wet clutch, no sleeper. Now with the 300, it's wet clutch with sleeper.
That's a good thing. I think the slipper is an awesome tool to have.
All right, so thank you so much, guys,
Mark.
for giving out your opinion about the two toy bikes. No,
Yeah,
not
thanks
toy
for letting us
bikes.
ride them.
Yeah, thanks for letting them try.
Cool, man. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, so it's time to chillax, barbecue and beer.
Yes,
All right.
Let's go home.
Nice.
Let's go to the home base. All right, Mola.
All right,
Let's go home now.
I'm hungry.
When are we going to do a group Yiba Yiba?
I can eat a hot dog right now.
Oh,
Right here,
group
I
yeba
got
yeba.
sausage right here.
All right, let's do a group yeba yeba. In the count of 3. 1, 2, and 3.
Yeba yeba!
Hey, was I the only one?
Okay, ayos.